It always happens when you're not paying attention. You are tired. You look at your phone. You think about the day you had. And suddenly he is there. He sits next to you. He looks at you and turns his head to the clock. Not metaphorically, literally. Your dog knows when it is 5 o'clock and when it is time for you to come home. Today we're talking about the invisible clock your dog wears. And why, in some moments, he is the best timekeeper you can imagine. Canine researchers have studied the phenomenon for decades. Dogs can perceive times of day with astonishing accuracy, not just through habit, through biology. Their circadian rhythm, the internal clock that ticks in almost every living being, is particularly sensitive to external stimuli in dogs. Changes in light, changes in temperature, changes in smell throughout the day. He smells that evening is approaching. He hears sounds that signal it's almost time. And he prepares himself. There are studies with dogs whose owners worked irregular hours, different shifts, different times. And yet, the dog knew. He got up. He went to the door. He waited. How? Scientists believe that he doesn't just feel the clock, but the smell of his owner, which decreases over time. When you leave the house in the morning, you leave a scent imprint. This imprint fades with every hour. When it's almost gone, then it is time. He calculates by smell. He measures time through absence. That is the most heartbreaking and simultaneously fascinating thing I have ever read in this context. He does not wait for you with a clock. He waits for you with your scent. When it is almost gone, your sound arrives at the door. That is no coincidence. That is his system. That was never described. That was only felt. And now I'll tell you about the case that won't let me go. There is a dog in Japan who waited for his owner at the train station every day for years. His owner never came back. He had died. And yet the dog still came. Every day, at the same time, for almost 10 years. Hachiko. You might know the story, but have you ever thought about what it means? He didn't come because he was crazy. He came because waiting was the only act of love he could still perform. Your dog is waiting for you. Today. Right now. In this moment. He has his own system. His own clock. And when you come home, the explosion of joy, that is not just a greeting. That is the end of waiting. That is the release of tension for both of you. Let's get to something practical. If your dog goes to the door at fixed times every day, take that seriously. Not as a cute quirk, as information. He is telling you when his body needs something, when he needs to go outside, when he needs food. He is communicating, in the only language he has, his body and time. And when you learn these signals, not to ignore them, but to follow them, then you have a rhythm that goes deeper than any calendar. Tonight, when does he go to the door? When does he expect you? When does he get restless? That is not random. That is his clock. And it ticks for you. Tell us, did your dog ever wait for someone who could no longer come? We read everything, and some answers will change all of us. Until next week, he's looking at the clock right now. Let's go even deeper, because I haven't told you everything yet. How does a dog experience time, truly? Humans measure time in minutes and hours, concepts that we invented. For him, that doesn't exist. He has no second, no hour, no week. He has now, and soon, and familiar. That is his timeline, much simpler than ours, and perhaps much more honest. If you are gone for an hour and you come back, he greets you exactly the same as after a long day. That sometimes bothers people. They think, doesn't he know I was gone longer? Maybe not in numbers, but his body knows something else. His cortisol level rises the longer you are gone. His state of arousal changes. He feels the length of the absence, just not the way we count it. Let's talk about the daily rhythm. Very specifically, if you get up at 6 every morning, his body knows that. His melatonin production aligns with your pattern. His sleep-wake cycle follows you. You are his timekeeper, his clock, his point of orientation. If you change your routine, he needs time to adjust. Not because he is stubborn, but because you are his alarm clock, and the alarm rang at the wrong time. Now comes something that moves me when I describe it. When he waits for you every day, and you come back home again. What does that do to him neurobiologically? Dopamine, oxytocin, serotonin, all at once. The exact same chemicals humans feel when they love someone they haven't seen in a long time. His body celebrates your return, because it is meaningful, because every return is proof to him. Proof that you come back. You leave, but you always come back. He learned that. He trusts that. Let's talk about the case when someone doesn't come back. When an owner dies, or moves away, or simply never returns. The dog waits, sometimes days, sometimes weeks, sometimes, like Hachiko, years. Not out of stupidity, but because the pattern he learned, you leave, you come back, is still active. He executes the pattern, even if the destination has changed. That is the most heartbreaking and beautiful thing about the time of his life. He is loyal to the end of the pattern, not until the pattern reflects the truth. Let's come to something lighter, to what you can directly do. If you know you'll be gone for 3 hours, give him activity beforehand. A walk, a game, contact. That reduces his cortisol level. It gives him security for the waiting phase. And when you come back, keep the initial greeting calm. Don't absorb the explosive energy immediately. Calm first, then contact, then play. That helps him regulate the transitions, from waiting to being together. From his time, into yours. I want to tell you about a phenomenon that scientists cannot fully explain. Some dogs react to their favorite people before the person even enters the house. Not to sounds, not to smells, to something we do not yet know. Maybe a change in the electromagnetic field, maybe a pattern in light signals. Maybe simply the proximity of a familiar energy field that he registers. We don't know, but it happens. Documented. Real. That is the dog that gets up, goes to the door, 2 minutes before you hear the car in the driveway. That is the invisible clock with a sense you don't fully comprehend. And that lives with you, walks with you into the kitchen, sleeps on your couch. What I want you to take away today is this. His waiting is not passivity, it is activity. He doesn't just wait. He prepares. He calculates. He holds on to everything. He lives in the tension between the last goodbye and the next return. And in this tension, he carries you. Always. Tonight, when you come home, stay completely still for a second. Before you open the door, before he sees you. And remember, on the other side, someone was waiting. The whole time. Was counting, was feeling, was hoping, was waiting for you. That is the invisible clock, and it ticks for you, always for you. Tell us, what exactly does your dog do when you come home? Describe it to us. Thank you for being here today. And one more thing, never underestimate what waiting means. It is the quietest form of love. Waiting without knowing if someone will come, that is faith. His faith in you is older than you know.